All right. Well, welcome to Cisco College Orientation. My name is Renee Leath, and I work as an academic advisor and academic support services coordinator here at Cisco College. If you have any questions, there will be time at the end, so just let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. Just starting off, why choose a two-year college? We have the same instruction here at Cisco as they do at four-year universities. So, for example, our English 1301, the core curriculum English class, is the same one that you would take at a four-year university. So if you take it here with us, you're able to transfer it over, and it's a fraction of the cost. We're at $158 a credit hour, and that includes our fees. So hopefully the only thing you have to pay on top of that is the cost of your books. We also have smaller class sizes. I would say our average class is probably about 25 to 30 for most of our core curriculum classes. And then some of our more specialized classes, like our upper level maths, you might only have 10 to 15 in your class. So there's plenty of time for individual help from your instructor. If you want to make a study group with other students, there's plenty of opportunities to do that. There's also scholarship opportunities. We have an honor society. There's also a scholarship that goes out to all recent graduates in the Big Country area that you are able to apply during your first full-time semester. So there's a lot that we try to do to kind of help you defray the cost of college with us. We're open admissions, and what that means is that we don't deny anyone admissions on the basis of GPA or test scores like SAT or ACT, anything like that. As long as you do our application and then provide us any other paperwork we may need from you, we will accept you here at Cisco College. And there's a lot of jobs out there right now that don't require a bachelor's degree. In fact, there's a real shortage in a lot of the technical programs right now, so it's a very good chance that you could do a year or two with us and receive a certification or one of our associate degrees, and then jump right into the workforce afterwards. All right, just a little bit about Cisco College as an institution. We were founded in 1956, and we have two campus locations. Our original location, and the one that still serves as our main campus, is the Cisco campus in Cisco, Texas, which is about 45 minutes east of here towards the DFW area. It is our residential campus, so that's where we have our dorms. It's also where we have all of our athletics. We have football, women's basketball, baseball team, rodeo. We also have our Wrangler Band and our Wrangler Bells, which is our drill team. And then this campus here is the Abilene Educational Center, so AEC, if you ever see that on any of our literature, we're referring to this building here. And we are considered a commuter campus of the main campus in Cisco, even though we are the larger campus. All right, and then your degree options here at Cisco College. We have quite a few certificate programs, and what these are, they range in time from about 1 year to 2 years, and they're specialized programs in things like surgical technology, medical assisting, automotive, welding. So these are set up to give you the skills you need to jump right into the workforce after certification or graduation with us. And often these do require acceptance into the programs, so after you complete your application at Cisco College, there may be some prerequisite coursework you have to complete or another application into these programs, so just make sure to check our website to see what is needed if you're looking into a specific program with us. And then our associate degree, this is set up to be your first 2 years of a degree. So we have our Associate of Arts or Associate of Science, and those are our two general academic programs. So if you're starting with us hoping to eventually transfer on and receive your bachelor's degree at a four-year university, you probably fall under this General Studies, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science. And which one you choose really depends on what you're looking for. Associate of Arts is usually best if you're looking into psychology or business, maybe elementary education. And then the Associate of Science is great if you're looking into something science or math-based, like a biology or a biochemistry degree, something like that. And then we also have our AAS, which is our Associate of Applied Sciences. And this is if you're pursuing one of our technical programs, like say our nursing program or our automotive, and you want to go all the way and receive your associate degree in that, you would be graduating with your Associate of Applied Arts and Sciences. All right, so just a little bit about how to build your schedule. So a full-time class schedule is classified as 12 credit hours or more a semester. This usually comes into play for students who are wanting a full-time semester, either maybe for a scholarship purposes or to receive the full amount of your financial aid. So anything 12 hours or above is full-time. If you plan to work while you're attending school, just remember for every 3 hours that you're going to spend in class, which is about a week's worth of class time, there's probably going to be about 2 or 3 hours outside of class that you're going to be doing homework and preparing for the next class by reading, just getting ready. So if you're working part-time, then you can probably carry a full-time class load of 12 to 15 hours without too many issues. If you are working full-time, then you might consider cutting back to a part-time schedule, which is 6 to 9 hours. Each individual is different, and you probably know yourself pretty well from the time you've spent in high school or if you've attended any other colleges. So just be aware and make sure to balance your schedule so you don't overwhelm yourself in one area or the other as you build your schedule for the next semester. Choosing a major. So of course the major is the specific subject that you're going to specialize in as you go on. And this is important because here at Cisco College we have elective classes that you're going to take during your degree plan, and we can help build those elective classes around the degree you're eventually going to want to major in. So just think about what motivates you and keeps your interest. And if you're not sure where you want to go, sometimes just getting into that first semester of classes can kind of help you figure it out and what you're really interested in. But we also offer the Focus 2 assessment through our Career Services office. And this is a free assessment, and it combines asking you about your interests with some personality measures, and then it just suggests some general areas that you might want to go look into further that might be really suited to you. So if you're not sure and kind of need a springboard, this is a great tool, and I can send you the information on how to access that. So what classes are required once you know what degree you're going for? We have advisors that will work with you to determine what classes you should enroll in each semester. We also have our programs of study laid out on our website and in our course catalog that you can access at any time, but the advisors work on a walk-in basis, so you would just go to our front desk and let them know that you want to speak to an advisor for your program, and then they'll get you on their list, and then the counselor can help you build out your schedule. And a lot of students like to meet face-to-face for their first semester or so, and then once they have a degree plan built, sometimes they feel confident going on and registering themselves online. We do suggest preparing before you meet with your advisor, especially as it gets towards the end of the summer, towards the start of the fall semester. It gets kind of busy with long wait times. So if you do want to meet with your advisor, check the course catalog beforehand so you know what degree requirements you might be looking at. And you can also run a copy of your degree audit. And what a degree audit does is takes the classes that you've already taken and plugs them in and shows you what you still have left and what you've already completed. So that can be a good gauge for you. And I will tell you a little bit later how to access Campus Connect, which is where you can run this degree audit for yourself at any time. All right, online classes. We offer these in almost every discipline. We are even offering fully online science classes now in our non-science major biology. And so even the lab portion of that is completed online. But with online classes, do expect that you're going to spend about time and a half in those classes. So there is a little more of online students having to go out and gather information and prepare in advance for assignments and that type of thing. So even though it's online, you do have to spend about the same amount of preparation time as with a face-to-face class. And they're not completely at your own pace. And what I mean by that is there will be deadlines and due dates throughout the semester that you'll have to complete. It's not quite the same as face-to-face where you're sitting in a classroom for a designated hour and a half each day or each week, but it is going to have deadlines that you want to make sure you complete your work by and turn your assignments in on time. But they're a really great option for balancing out a schedule. So say you want to go to school full-time, but you're also working full-time. These can be a really great way to get yourself up to that 12 credit hours or more by doing a few face-to-face classes and a few online classes. That way you can work those around your schedule as needed. All right, so some of our departments here at Cisco who can help you. The admissions office, and that's probably who you are all working with right now. They're the ones who take in our application, bacterial meningitis vaccinations, residency questionnaires, all of those kinds of things. They take those in and process those for us. Our career counseling office, I mentioned she does the Focus 2 career assessment for us. She also does some really great things like mock interviews if you want some practice before going to your next interview. If you want to polish up your resume a little bit, she can also help with that. And all of these are free services to you at Cisco College, so I suggest taking advantage of them. It's a great opportunity. We also have our financial aid office, so any questions about your FAFSA, student loans, Pell Grants, anything like that can be directed to our financial aid office. We also have our business office, and they're the ones who actually send out the bills and then take in your payments for your classes. They also apply scholarships, so if you have any questions about those things, you can direct those to our business office. Academic support services, I'll talk a little more in detail about what they can do for you, but advising, tutoring, the career counseling, that all falls under this academic support. And a few ways to get involved at Cisco College. We have a really great student activities committee that tries to keep different things going for us throughout the semester. And then some of the clubs and organizations that we have Phi Theta Kappa, and I like to mention this to new students. This is the 2-year International Honor Society. You have to have completed 12 hours of classes with us and have maintained, I believe it's a 3.5 GPA or higher, and then you'll receive an invitation to join Phi Theta Kappa. And there is a fee to join, but I encourage you to go ahead and do it. There are great scholarship opportunities, especially if you're looking to transfer to one of our local universities or to a state university in Texas. I know off the top of my head, Texas Tech offers about a $2,000 scholarship that's renewable for 4 semesters, and these are automatically applied to you just for being a Phi Theta Kappa member. So it's a great thing if you get that invitation to go ahead and take advantage of Phi Theta Kappa. We also have our Global Leadership Club, our meat judging team, our science club, and most of these have monthly meetings that you can be a part of, and there's not really a joining process. You can just come when you see the signage posted around campus for one of these events, so feel free to be a part of it. It's a great way to meet people. We also have some volunteer opportunities. PTK, Phi Theta Kappa, tries to do quite a few different volunteer opportunities around town. Wrangler Day, which you can volunteer at or just come join us. These pictures down here at the bottom are from Wrangler Day a few years ago, but it's a lot of fun. It usually happens mid-April for us, and you can see we have the mechanical bull and we have a DJ out there, and it's free hot dogs and hamburgers. So when you see signs posted for Wrangler Day, please come be a part of it. It's all free to you as a Cisco student, and it's just kind of a fun time to get to meet with professors and your classmates outside of the class setting. We also have a food pantry here, which we're always looking for volunteers for. It's also open to Cisco College students to use. All you need is a student ID to be able to take advantage of that. We also have work study positions usually that are open, so those all go through our financial aid office. So once the semester gets started, if you're interested in work study, you can check in with one of our financial aid advisors to find out what might be available. All right, so now going through the admissions checklist. Your first step with us here at Cisco College is our application, which is online, and there's no fee to complete that application. And then your next step is the oath of residency or the residency questionnaire. So if I have put that you have a hold for the residency questionnaire and you have not filled one out and don't have one, please come grab one from me and just go ahead and get that filled out and dropped off. This just determines whether you are an in-state, out-of-state student, that kind of thing, but we will need to get that processed before you can register. Transcripts. So for everyone, we will need an official high school transcript or GED from you. What makes the transcript official is making sure it still comes in its sealed envelope. So if you receive that and then bring it to us, don't open that envelope, just leave it sealed until you turn it into either a counselor or our admissions office. If you have attended college anywhere else, you'll also want to get us all of those college transcripts. Even if you say, well, I didn't complete a semester, you're probably still going to want to request one for financial aid purposes. So just go ahead and do that early so that that's not holding you back from getting your financial aid awards or anything like that further down the line. Your bacterial meningitis vaccination is another thing we'll need, and this applies to any student under the age of 22. If you're 22 or older, you don't have to provide that to us, but you can get that at your doctor's office, the health department. You may have already received it for high school, so just get us a copy of that so that we can process that for you as well. And then the last step is going to be testing. There are some exemptions for testing. So if you provided us TAKS, ACT, SAT, or STAR test scores, if those are high enough, those can exempt you from one or all sections of the placement testing. If you do not meet those exemptions, then we offer our TSI placement test to you. And this TSI test is not going to keep you from being able to take classes with us or keep you out of college. It's just determining whether you go straight into your college level courses or whether we pair you up with a support course in one or two subjects just for one semester to make sure you're as successful as possible. So yes, if you don't have the other exemptions, you may need to take the TSI. There are 3 sections to it: the reading, the math, and the writing, and you can be exempt from 1, 2, or all 3 sections if you have other test scores. And so if you're exempt from reading and writing based on SAT scores, you only have to take the math. You don't have to take all 3 sections. It's taken fully on a computer and it's graded almost immediately. So when you schedule through our testing center, you just let them know which campus you want to test on. So we are the Abilene campus here, so if you want to test with us, you would let them know that. And how many sections you need. So if you need all 3, or if you just need, say, reading and writing, you would just make sure to let them know that, and they would let you know their availability, and then anything else to know prior to coming for your testing date. All right, so academic advising. After you've taken care of all of those things, the holds are off your account and you're ready to register, but you're not sure what classes you need, that's where academic advising comes in. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier in talking to your advisor to determine. But when you come, make sure you visit with the correct advisor. So Amy Callan does our nursing and health sciences, so medical assisting, surgical technology, anything like that would fall under her. Deborah Castleman does our other technical programs like welding, criminal justice, automotive, business systems technology, and she's also our disability services coordinator. If you need to turn in any paperwork to her to receive accommodations in your classes, just make sure you do that so that she can let the professors know. And then Lincoln Harris and Renee Leath, that's me, we advise all the academic students, and if you're undecided or are transferring into Cisco College, we also are your advisors. We take walk-in appointments, so you can just come up to our front desk anytime during our hours and ask to see the correct advisor. Make sure you don't have any holds, so just make sure those are taken care of before you come in, because that does keep us from being able to register you if there's still a hold on your account. And then financial aid. So I tell people with the financial aid process, it's really good to start this about the same time you start your application process with us. And in some cases, this can be the longest part of the process because your first step is to complete the financial aid application, which is called the FAFSA. And so that is our school code right there. And when you complete the FAFSA, you need to have access to your 2017 income tax return. In most cases, FAFSA is able to link it up in their database and you don't have to provide a paper copy, but just make sure that you have completed it and it's ready to go. And then start early, as I mentioned. It takes about 10 business days, about 2 weeks from the time you fill it out for it actually to be sent to us here at Cisco College and for us to start the processing here at our level. So the earlier you start, the more chance there is that your financial aid is going to be in place when that first payment deadline comes around. If you have questions about it, we have financial aid representatives. It works the same as our academic advisors. They are free to meet with you on a walk-in basis, so you can just go to our front desk and let them know you want to speak to financial aid, and they'll be happy to help you. All right, and so I mentioned Campus Connect earlier about running degree audits, but there's a lot you can do on there. It's actually how you will register yourself online, so maybe next semester or the semester after that, we've made you a degree plan and you know exactly what you need. You can actually log into Campus Connect. So this little screenshot here is from the top left corner of our homepage. So you just go click Campus Connect and then choose the For Students option. And then once it takes you to the login screen, all you need to do is enter your social and then your 8-digit birthday, and that'll take you in there. You may have to click through a few messages just reminding you of payment deadlines, and then it'll take you to your dashboard. And from there you can register yourself if you know what classes you need. So this is just our schedule screen, so you can kind of see what it looks like. It can be a little confusing, so I like to kind of break it down. But at the very beginning, it's alphabetized by our course name and number. And then on the days, one thing that sometimes throws students off is R stands for Thursday for us. So a lot of our daytime classes meet 2 days a week. So you'll probably see MW or TR. So usually just Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. We have some students that like to build a really long day, 2 days a week. So they might come from 8 to 4 or 8 to 5 on Monday, Wednesdays. There are some that like to choose just mornings and come 4 days a week. There's a lot of different options there. You can also see the class location, so that denotes if it's an online class, or face-to-face. And then you can also see who the instructor is and how many students are currently enrolled. If you're trying to keep up with how quickly a class is filling up, that can be a helpful tool for you. All right, and then paying for classes. So Campus Connect that I mentioned earlier, you not only register online, you can also review your financial aid awards on there as well. So feel free to do that. Sometimes financial aid will fully cover your bill for you. If you have a balance due or if you're paying out of pocket, you can do that at our business office window, or you can pay online. If you want to set up a payment plan with us where you pay in installments throughout the semester, that all goes online through Campus Connect, but that is available to you. And do remember that we will drop you from classes for non-payment, so just keep up with the payment deadlines that we have posted and make sure that either your financial aid is in place or you've got a payment plan set up with us by the time that payment deadline rolls around so that you don't get dropped from those classes. All right, and then your student Gmail account. This is automatically created for you once you become a student with us. It's not something you have to go out and create yourself. Do check it often. This is our official form of communication with you as a Cisco student. So if there's anything that the advisors or financial aid or admissions needs to let you know about, this is how they will communicate that information. To activate your account, you just go to gmail.com like you're logging into a personal account. And it's a little bit long, but it's your first name dot last name and the last 4 of your student ID number at students.cisco.edu. And your initial password is going to be your student ID number, and that'll let you log on and activate that account. All right, and then Canvas is how we administer our online classes. So if you are enrolled in one, this is how you will interact with your professor, turn in your assignments, receive notes, all of that kind of thing. It's also how you can access our library databases. So if you're in maybe an English class that you need to do some research on one of your projects, you can complete that through Canvas as well. One thing I like to make students aware of, don't go Google for Canvas because it will take you to their overall homepage, not to the Cisco specific one, and it may give you a message that your login isn't working. So if you go to the Canvas button on the Cisco homepage, it'll just make sure that that's never an issue for you. And then once you access the Canvas login page, you use that student Gmail address that I mentioned earlier, and your student ID again is your initial password. All right, and so we have a Canvas orientation course available for you. So if you've never used an online class, this is a really great tool for you just to kind of familiarize yourself with the platform. And it provides resources to help you be successful in your classes. So it's going to cover things like technology requirements, how to edit the settings within Canvas if you need to do anything there, how to submit your assignments, and then some time management tips as well. So if you want to enroll in this orientation course within Canvas, you can email this canvashelp@cisco.edu and they can get that taken care of for you. All right, so we have our Go Cisco card, and this is going to act as your student ID card while you're at Cisco College. And you can get just the student ID. You can also get a debit card if you want to link it up to your checking account. If you want to get the debit card, you can actually receive any financial aid disbursements directly onto that card. If you sell a book back to us and get some book buyback credits, that can go on there. Then you can also check out books or attend any athletic events with us, and there's a lot of great student discounts around town. So even if you don't want the MasterCard, I would suggest you go ahead and get just the picture ID so that you can go ahead and take advantage of those discounts. All right, so ordering transcripts. This is going to be more on the tail end of your time with us here at Cisco. So let's say you are about to graduate that semester and you need to transfer your credits from us here at Cisco to a four-year university. So you can do that by sending your official transcript. They're all ordered online now. So you go to transcripts under our admissions tab to be able to access that order form. And most of them are going to be delivered electronically, which is great because it happens hopefully within a couple of days and there's not a long wait time. There is a $3 fee for each transcript, so just be aware of that when you go into the ordering process. And then our notification system, this is how we alert you about any unscheduled closings for weather or anything like that, or any other emergencies around campus. And these alerts can be sent by text message, or you can get an automated phone call or an email, however you decide to opt into that. And then this is how to access that alert system. As I mentioned, I will send all this information to y'all so you can access that if you want to opt out, opt in with other information, or update your information. All right, so I mentioned academic support services earlier, so just a little more in depth about what's offered to you through that. Tutoring is something that we offer to all Cisco students, and it's free of charge to you. We try to keep tutors in most of our math, science, accounting classes, hopefully psychology, speech, that kind of thing as well. The way ours is set up, you don't have to have an appointment. You can just come in during the posted hours, and as I mentioned, it's not a charge to you as a Cisco student. I will make those schedules available to you at the front desk. They'll be available in the tutoring centers, and they'll also be emailed to that student email account. So anytime there's an update to that, you can expect to receive that in your inbox. Another thing that we do is we schedule recruiter visits. So if you're looking at attending one of our local universities, they try to set up a couple of times a month with us. They'll be out in our foyer, so if you see them out there, feel free to stop by and chat with them. We also have visits from around the state, so usually A&M, UT tries to come out here, UT Permian Basin, Angelo State, Tarleton. They'll all try to come out here and set up a couple times a semester. So again, I'll try to send those schedules to your student Gmail account, so you can just keep an eye on that to see who is coming when. We also have our annual transfer fair where we try to get all of our recruiters here in one place at the same time. This usually happens towards the end of February, and it's a really good opportunity if you're getting ready to transfer to start to talk about degree options and the transfer process at their university. We also offer online tutoring to our students now. It's available through Upswing, as the third-party company that we've contracted with to provide this to you. And it covers subjects that aren't available in face-to-face sessions or subjects that aren't available when you need them. So say you can only come in the evenings, but we don't have the math tutor you need. You could use Upswing. You can schedule appointments 24/7, 7 days a week, so anytime that works for you. It can be accessed from any computer. It doesn't have to be a school computer. You can do it at home on your laptop. We also have our Writing Center and our library that are other services to you. So the Writing Center is the counterpart to our Tutoring Center. So anytime you need help editing a paper or doing an outline, any formatting, MLA, APA, anything like that, they can help you with. It's staffed by all current faculty members. It's located in room 122, and it works just like the Tutoring Center. There's no appointments necessary, there's no fees. They'll put out a schedule at the beginning of each semester, and you can just drop in anytime. The library, they help you with the databases that I mentioned for the research purposes earlier. So if you need any help navigating those or learning how to do that research, you can always go by the library and they can help with that. There's also a computer lab attached to our library, which is just a quiet place for you to work on classes in between. Say you have a break between your morning and evening classes and want to go work in the library. We try to keep that quiet place so that we don't schedule any classes. And I mentioned earlier those databases you access through Canvas, but as I said, if you need help with them or have any issues, the library does have staff who can help you with that. All right, and then just a few resources for you to know about. We do have our catalog. This is where we have all of our official degree plans if you want to view any of those. It also has all of our educational policies outlined in there, course descriptions if you ever need to see any of those. This is all available to you on our website, so feel free to go look at that if you have any questions. We also have our student handbook available to you online, which we suggest you review. It has all of our regulations and procedures that you may want to know about as a Cisco student. And then our website overall is a great source of information. It's kept very updated. It has information on how to contact all of our different offices and departments. It has your instructor information, syllabi for our different courses. So if you have a question, it's a really good place to start. So does anybody have any questions? I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully it can be kind of something that'll jog your memory down the way.